What's going on, guys? My name is Cmdr, coach of Sylveon KC, but you're not going to see that here because this is the power rankings for the IDL. This is the week 2 power rankings. I'm by myself this week. I know that I had to leave early on. I'm sorry about that. College. But Joltz nor Reggie could join me this week, and so I'm just going to do this by myself. Going to be really fast so you can move on with your day. Go watch some of these matches. I think all the coaches may be in the description. I think so. If not, I'll get Vamp to put the coaches in the description. But go watch the matches. Coaches do a really good job. And there's a lot of really interesting games this week. Some of my favorites being, of course, Joltz and Vamp. But we'll get to those in a second. So, moving on to number 12. Number 12 this week in mine, because I don't have Reggie or Joltz with me, is going to be Matrix, coach of the South Carolina Shepherds. There, just so I know what I'm doing. Matrix really kind of handled the hazards that were brought, even with Donphan hopefully running Rapid Spin. However, if you're, like, he ran Volcanion this week, and we gave him crap last week for not running Volcanion, so at least you use Volcanion very well, except he used him early. He still did a really good job using Volcanion, and had some really nice sets, but really couldn't handle any of the offensive pressure that Lusty had. And I'll get to Lusty later on in this video. Moving on to number 11. 11 is going to be Scotty, coach of the Houston Rocketots. Parahacks, and that's kind of a common theme among these teams, is there's a lot of hacks and parahacks going on. The crit on Chansey really sucked, especially as it was coming from a Klefki. I know Klefki took out Chansey. I don't think it should have with the crit. Anyway. And then the idea to the switch into Heatran was smart. Or what was Heatrans, the take Heatrans, however, way too early, lost it, and Heatran just kind of ran through the rest of the team. But we'll get at Levo here in a bit. Moving on to number 10, Tim. We have Vamp, coach of the Ontario Almastars. Just so that I know where I'm going. Yes, Ontario Almastars. A lot of switching, a lot of passiveness in the battle on Vamp's end. I think that's kind of what lost it, because you could have, and then when Diggersby came in, just kind of steamrolled over everything. And I think Vamp's team was good. I think that he had momentum back for a little bit, but then again, Bob the Builder, aka Diggersby, just kind of ran everything over. And yes, Parahacks kind of suck. Moving on to number 9. Number 9, we have Dark, coach of the Dark Eyes, aka the Elm Street Dark Eyes. That's the match between Reggie and Dark was like one of the most hacksiest games I've ever watched in my life. Despite high jump kick missing with Mega Lopunny, which that always sucks. It was a very hacksy game. Dark took advantage of that and continued with the momentum with all the hacks. And I'll applaud him for that, and I'll applaud Reggie for not quitting. Because it was just like every wrong roll you could imagine. Moving on to number 8 this week. Number 8, we do have Fairnix, coach of the Toronto Star Raptors. Very good Mesprit plays to start off the battle, and he seemed like he had momentum. However, it was just kind of a standstill, and then eventually the crit on Slowbro just... Oh, not the crit on Slowbro, that's next battle. The Parahacks and then Hazards just completely destroyed the team, and you'll hear, as I said last week, you'll hear me a lot talk about Hazards and how that can completely change a match. Or completely lose a match in this case. Number 7, right? Yes, okay. I gotta keep track. I don't have anyone to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Number 7 this week, we do have Solar, coach of the Charlotte Chandelures. Solar's only form of hazard control wasn't a defog. And against the Caterpies, you kind of want hazard control. But I'll get to the Caterpies later. Really good Mega Diancie set. I think that was one of the better sets I saw someone bring. Worked really well. As I tried to say the crit on Slowbro last time, but Solar had Slowbro. Really kind of just sent Solar on a downhill slope And he did a good job at almost winning. However, he did not win. Go watch that replay. It's a really cool replay to watch. It's probably one of the better games. And not, in my opinion, one of the best games this week. Moving on to number 6, we do have Joltz, coach of the Volt City Jolteons. Okay, I'm not crazy. Like, I swear if Joltz doesn't have Jolteon. I'm still getting used to all these coaches and all of the teams. So, pardon me if it annoys you. But hacks were in Joltz's favor on Vamp. However, I still think Joltz played really well. He was losing some momentum, but he pulled in the Bob the Builder, Diggersby set, and just steamrolled over everything. And good job for Joltz for doing that. Really showing how well he does in this league. Moving on to number 5, we have Chewy, coach of the Bellevue Far-Fetched. You almost have to be British to say that. No offense to the British people. I used to talk in a British voice all the time for my videos. Don't ask me why. That was a long time ago. But Chewy played the game how I was expecting the team to be played. Put up the hazards, run through everything. And despite how much hazards was on his side of the field, still did a really good job to win. I think Rapid Spin could have been helpful. Maybe it would have made the differential better. But Chewy played a really good game. That was how I wanted the team to be played. So, very good job on Chewy's part. Number 4 this week, we do have Corey, a.k.a. Banded Caterpie, coach of the Carolina Caterpies. Really good first turn, pulling up the Magic Coat, bouncing the hazards back. And then... But after Configurus died, there was not really any form of hazard control. And I think it was like such a close match. He probably could have lost if like a roll landed out of his favor. However, Mega Venusaur just pulled up the win. Very good job with a Mega Venusaur set. Very good job on Caterpie this week. Moving on to number 3, we do have Reggie, coach of the Honolulu Vulpix. The Scolipede, anything Scolipede this week was just depressing. He could have used Scolipede a lot better. However, this was a very hacksy match anyway, so Scolipede was down to die eventually. And then Jolteon. The Jolteon set was awesome and could have ran through the teams. However, Jolteon got crit and just a very hacksy game in general. I'm not going to say anymore. I fully expect Reggie to come out of this and win his next match. Pressure, Reggie. Pressure. Okay, moving on to number 2 this week. We do have Lusty, coach of the Lexington Leopards. Very good first turn taunting. Stop hazards or stop any form of trying to set up hazards. A lot of really good reads. In my opinion, Lusty just did an amazing job reading things and switching. Okay, this is what I do. A very, one of the really good coaches in this league. And I'm glad I don't have to face the Leopards because I'd probably lose. But very good job, very good reads. Very good using Sylveon. That was one of my favorite things to see, is Sylveon not used as like an offensive pressure, but used as a pivot. You could pivot around with Sylveon. And not a lot of people do that. I'm glad that the Leopards did that very well. And then moving on to number 1, we do have Lusty. Not Lusty. I just did Lusty. We do have Levo. Yeah, Levo. I'm leaving you out. This is what you get for drafting Evolutions. I'm joking. Levo, coach of Tulsa Infernos, or the Tulsa Toros, depending on what league you're in. And very good job using Klefki to take out Chansey. That was a really good video. I'm getting messages, so I probably should stop, but really good job using Zoroark as well, and then Heatran just kind of ran over things. So, really hope you enjoyed that. My name is Commander. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment down below. And hopefully I won't be alone next time, but if I am, we'll see you in the next video.